In this video, we're going to talk about a worm that many worm farmers are really disappointed in. So enjoy the video! Well, hello. When I first started worm composting, I bought my first batch of red wigglers from Uncle Jim's Worm Farm. I purchased 2,000 red wigglers, and that was equivalent to about 2 pounds of worms. And my goal was to have my worms eat my food scraps to help reduce and eliminate waste going into landfills and to make my own organic fertilizer with my red wigglers. Come to find out, there were some blue worms mixed with my red wigglers. And how I knew that it might be blue worms, because if you look at blue worms compared to red wigglers, they look bluer than red wigglers. They're about the same thickness and they do the same job as red wigglers, but they're more temperament's different when it comes to, like, say for example, if it's going to rain, blue worms are more wanting to escape more than the red wigglers. And in my worm bins, I've had problems in the past where worms were trying to get out. Not a lot, not an exodus of worms, but a few that would chill out on the top of my lids. And come to find out, those were blue worms that were trying to get used to my bin with the change in the atmosphere. Now, a lot of people are complaining because there's a mixture of blue worms and red wigglers. But my question for you is, why are you getting so disappointed with having mixed red wigglers and blue worms? If blue worms eat more food quicker than red wigglers, that's a benefit. So I don't see anything negative about that concept. If they breed and multiply faster than red wigglers, that's a good thing, you know, for me to hear too, because that proves that I have the opportunity to get more worms with the population increasing. I don't see any problems with blue and red wigglers mixed together. I want you in the comments box to let me know what your problem is and what is your sole purpose into raising composting worms such as red wigglers and European night blue worms. So leave that in the comments box below. I don't use red wigglers or blue worms for fishing because I haven't fished for over years. But for me, they're not a thick enough worm, so I don't use them to use as bait when it comes time for fishing. Another thing that I noticed, that people that are going on the more pure breed red wiggler worms, and my question once again is, what is your benefit of just having just pure red wigglers? For me, like it says, the blue worms and the red wigglers combined aren't a problem because I use them for composting. So is it just a prestigious title, if you will, when it comes to having just pure red wigglers that you're gonna pay for? I'm not bashing anyone, but you will pay more money for red wigglers, pure breeds. But if that's what you want, go ahead. But for me, I'm gonna stick with my mixed bin with red wigglers and blue worms. I think blue worms are really good worms. For me personally, I wouldn't want to have a bin with just blue worms, because for me, I'm thinking blue worms, they're more for a more experienced worm farmer. Red wigglers are more for beginners. They're more timid, and I think they're easier to maintain in a worm bin. So that would be one benefit if you just had a bin with just pure red wigglers. But you're gonna pay more money. Like I said, there is no problem whatsoever if you have red wigglers and blues mix. People are complaining about it, but for me, I just think, what are you complaining about? If you just want them to consume your food scraps, there's no problems whatsoever. So will I ever buy worms from Uncle Jim's Worm Farm again? Yes. I think they're a great company. I have no disagreements because I'm happy with what my worms are doing. They're multiplying. I'm able to have them consume my food scraps. Another thing that I like about Uncle Jim's Worm Farm, a lot of people bash them, but they honor their worms. If they're dead, they will give you a new batch of worms. So I don't have any disagreements whatsoever. But when I purchased my worms, they came alive. I have no problems with or any issues with Uncle Jim's Worm Farm. People always have good and bad reviews. So when you look at reviews, always look at the majority. Don't go by just one bad review. You know, if there's 50 good ones and one negative, that means the company or that product's good. Here's another video right here to learn more about the blue worms. If you like what you're hearing from me, subscribe to my channel. Give this video a like. I just want to take the time out to say thank you so much for watching. You have a great day. Bye.